Hello students, I am Vipul Mittal, and in this session I will discuss subsequently discovered facts. So you are the auditor and you are examining the financial statements, and you are expressing your opinion on the financial statements, and you are expressing your opinion in the form of a written report. This report is dated. The date on the report should not be earlier than the date on which you have obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence. All right. Now let's discuss subsequently discovered facts. What are these and what are the implications? Subsequently discovered facts are facts that come to the auditor's knowledge after the date of the auditor's report. So you date your report and you come to know of certain facts after the date of your report. And such facts may have caused you to revise the report had they been known to you on the date of the report. So if you had known about these facts which you come to know after the date of the report, you would have revised your report. You would have changed your auditor's report if you had come to know on the date of the report. Had those facts been known to you on the date of the report, for example, if the date of the auditor's report is February 20th, year 6, then you come to know of certain facts after February 20th, year 6. This is the date of the report. And you come to know of certain facts after this date. And if you had known of these facts on February 20th, you would have changed your report. Let's say you came to know of certain facts on March 6, year 6. So this is the date of the report. And this is the report on year 5 financial statements. Okay. So if you come to know of any fact after February 20th, year 6, and this is such a fact that if you had known earlier, that is on February 20th, year 6, if this was known to you, you would have changed your report. This is a subsequently discovered fact. For example, you come to know about a customer's bankruptcy. So you are auditor for X company, and one of the major customer, has filed for bankruptcy, let's say in the month of January, but you were not aware about this. You came to know about this only on March 6, because if you had known about this on February 20th, you would have certainly revised your report on the financial statements, but you were not aware about this. You were not aware about this. You came to know about this little later. And amount due from this customer is, let's say, $100,000, and this is reported as AR in the balance sheet for year 5. Now, this customer has filed for bankruptcy, and it is very much likely that entire amount will not be received, but some amount may be received. So it is very much likely that you will not receive more than $20,000. So you need to record credit loss expense and also create allowance for credit losses. So this requires a change in financial statements. You need to record credit loss expense because you do not expect that 80,000 out of this $100,000 will be received, and also correspondingly create an allowance for credit losses. All right. So this has to be recorded in the financial statements. So you came to know about this event, bankruptcy of this customer, after February 20th, year 6. This is a subsequently discovered fact. What you should do, because this requires revision. So this is a subsequently discovered fact. Now let's see. The auditor is not required to perform any audit procedures regarding the financial statements after the date of the auditor's report. So not required to perform any procedures after the date of the auditor's report. Date of the auditor's report is February 20th, year 6. Not required to perform any procedures. But if a subsequently discovered fact comes to the auditor's knowledge after the date of the report, then what? In this example, you are the auditor and you come to know about a customer's bankruptcy. This is a subsequently discovered fact. Because had this fact been known to you on February 20th, you would have revised your report on the financial statements, but you came to know later. A subsequently discovered fact comes to your knowledge after the date of your report. Then what you should do? You should discuss the matter with management, all right? And with those charged with governance, that is board of directors, audit committee, and determine whether the financial statements require revision. And if financial statements require revision, inquire how management intends to address the matter in the financial statements, how management will revise the financial statements. So discuss the matter with management and see whether financial statements require revision. And if financial statements require revision, ask management how they will deal with it, how they will address it, how they will revise the financial statements. Now, if financial statements do not require revision, fine, it's okay. But if financial statements require revision, which is happening in this example, now financial statements require revision, what you should do? You certainly will ask management to revise the financial statements. Now, what if management does not revise? Or what if management revises the financial statements? Two possibilities, because you are asking management to revise the financial statements. But they may revise, they may not revise the financial statements. What you're going to do? Let's see. Now, I will discuss this under two circumstances. That when you come to know about this subsequently discovered fact, you come to know about this fact, about this subsequently discovered fact before the report release date or after the report release date. You certainly has come to know about this after the report date. But I'm not talking about the report date here. I'm talking about the report release date. Have you come to know about this fact before the report release date or after the report release date? Now, how this report release date is different from report date. So if your report is dated February 20th, this is the date of the report. This is report date. You have signed this report and put a date, February 20th. This is report date, but this is not necessarily the report release date. Report release date is the date when you give permission to management to use the report. Generally, it is the date when you deliver the report to the entity. So you deliver the report to the entity and now they can use it. That is the report release date. So report release date can be, for example, it can be March 1, year 6, or can be March 20, year 6, or March 25, year 6. Can be any date after the date of the report, or it can be the date of the report. But it is the date when you grant permission to the entity to use the report. Now it comes to your attention before the report release date. Two possibilities. Management revises the financial statements and management does not revise. All right. If management revises the financial statements, then what you will do? Check the revision. So perform procedures on the revision. Perform necessary procedures on the revision. Change the date of the report. The report is still with you. Or even if it is management, but management cannot use it. It is very much likely it is still in your drawer. You haven't yet given it to the entity. You haven't given it to the company. So you sign the report, but you haven't given it to the entity for use. So you come to know about this subsequently discovered fact before the report release date. You ask management to revise the financial statement. Management revises the financial statements. Now, what is your job? You have to check what management has done. You will check the revision. You will perform procedures on revision. Then you will change the date on the report. You will dual date the report or use later date. For example, you may date your report like this. That, okay, my report date is February 20th. This is what I dated earlier, except for so you dual date the report, or you can use a later date. So you date the report as March 1, year 6. This note 7 explains this subsequently discovered fact. Now, management does not revise the financial statements. You have come to know of a subsequently discovered fact that require revision. You discuss with management and ask management to revise the financial statement. Management does not revise the financial statement. And this all is happening before the report release date. The report is still with you in your drawer, in your office drawer. You haven't given it to the entity for use. You haven't given the permission to the entity to use the report. Now, if management does not revise the financial statements, then change your report because now it is a gap issue. There is misstatement in the financial statements. Financial statements are not properly stated. Modify your opinion and give a new report. You may decide, considering all the facts and circumstances, whether a qualified opinion is appropriate or an adverse opinion is appropriate because financial statements have not been changed. Financial statements have not been corrected. All right. Now, what if you come to know of the subsequently discovered fact after the report release date? You will discuss this with management and see that whether financial statements require revision. And yes, if financial statements require revision, you will ask management to revise the financial statements now. Two possibilities. Management revises. Management does not revise. So if management revises the financial statements, fine. What you will do, you will check the revision. You will perform necessary procedures on the revision. How management has corrected the financial statement, let me see. Let me perform procedures on the revised financial statements to see the correction, whether management has made appropriate adjustments to the financial statements. Next, you will assess the steps taken by management to ensure that anyone in receipt of these financial statement is informed, because these financial statements require revision. There is an error in these financial statements. So if these financial statements have been circulated and distributed, then you will ask management that, okay, what steps you have taken? Tell me, to make sure that anyone who has got these financial statement is informed of this situation, that there is an error, that these financial statements require revision. Do not rely on these financial statements. Management has to inform everyone, and you have to ensure management is doing that. So you will see, you will check what step management has taken to ensure that anyone who has received these financial statements is informed of the situation, is informed that do not rely on these financial statements. All right. So you will assess what steps management has taken. What else you will do? You will provide a new report to management. New auditor's report on the revised financial statements. What else? And if the opinion on revised financial statements is different from the opinion on earlier financial statements. So if the opinion on revised financial statements is different from the opinion that you earlier expressed on those financial statements, then you need to include emphasis of matter paragraph or other matter paragraph. But you need to include emphasis of matter paragraph or other matter paragraph only if the opinion on the revised financial statements is different from the opinion that you earlier expressed. For example, if you earlier expressed a qualified opinion and now you are expressing an unmodified opinion, then you will include an emphasis of matter paragraph or other matter paragraph. All right, so you come to know of the subsequently discovered fact after the report release date and ask management to revise the financial statement. Management does not revise the financial statement. What you will do? You will ask management not to distribute these financial statements, not to make these financial statements available to third parties before revision is done. Do not distribute these to third parties. You will ask management to do so. That first you do the revision. On the revised financials, I will check the correction and I will give a new report. Then you can distribute, but not before that. Do not distribute the financial statements that are not revised. But in case management still distributes or management has already distributed, then you will assess steps. Then assess whether steps are taken by management to ensure that anyone who has received these financial statements is informed of the situation, that these financial statements are not to be relied upon because these financial statements require revision. Management has to take steps to ensure that third parties, shareholders, whoever has received these financial statements is informed of the situation. And you as an auditor have to assess what steps management has taken. So when you come to know of subsequently discovered fact, you have to consider quite a few things. That whether these financial statements require revision or not. When you have come to know, before the report release date or after the report release date. What to do if management revises? What to do when management does not revise? Whether I should dual date the report or not? Whether I need to change my opinion or not? Whether I need to provide a new report or not? Whether I need to include an emphasis of matter paragraph or an other matter paragraph? So you have to consider a lot of things. And I'm sure as an auditor, you will certainly do that. All right, students. I hope this session was helpful. We'll connect again. Take care. Goodbye.